So I heard a really interesting comment on Kickstarter the other day that I want to get your opinion on. He said, we basically talked about, and this was more like in the kind of hardware perspective of Kickstarter, if you put a product on there, and he said, yeah, it's a great way to do customer research for large companies. And large companies are watching these small little startups put a product on there, they're watching the response, and then they say, oh, well, we'll just put $10 million.
People are interested in that.
So what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, one of the benefits of Kickstarter, even to an entrepreneur, is that it is a way of validating your product concept, not just to receive funding for it, but that there is actually a market.
Yes.
Right? Because I've raised money with investors and then brought something to market to find out no one gave a damn. Right? So yeah, the investors' money got burned, but a year or more of my team's energies got burned, which has real value too.
Absolutely.
Right? So in some respect, you'd like to find that out ahead of time, and crowdfunding is a way of gauging audience interest. Now, I agree with you that larger companies could be indeed, looking at it as a giant petri dish and seeing which things are catching on, and then deciding to target their own R&D dollars into something that they're seeing a lot of enthusiasm for. I think we've seen that with like the Pebble, for instance, as a direct example.
That's exactly what he said.
Right? But you notice the Pebble still came to market a year before any of the competitors.
Yeah.
Right? So they had their chance to start to build a market base because big companies just move slow.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the entrepreneur's primary advantage, well, I think an entrepreneur, he or she has two primary advantages in the ecosystem. One is you can move fast, right? You don't have any of the bureaucracy of decision making. You don't have any of the competing agendas that a large company has to be able to, greenlight a project and get it going. And that is a killer asset. And if you fritter that asset away by taking a long time to make decisions, you've killed yourself.
Yeah. So in reality, it's not really changed too much because big companies did see what smaller companies were doing before Kickstarter. It basically did this. It was the same, right?
I think basically it gave the big companies, let's say, another 6 to 12 month advance.
Yeah.
Because before they wouldn't have known that the entrepreneur was working on it until it hit the marketplace. Yeah. And then they would, if they saw a good response, they would dive in and try to copy and extend. So it gave them, it's going to shorten the window that you as the entrepreneur have exclusively in the marketplace before the knockoffs come. Now that's, of course, unless you've been able to secure some form of IP protection in forms of patents or trademark copyrights, on. But the other key advantage beyond decision making is the ability to fail. And this is something that big companies don't have either.
You're right.
Right?
Yeah.
They're, by nature, whether it's Wall Street or just by the nature of the dynamics of a large company and not wanting to be seen as the person who did a project that failed within a larger company, they're much more risk averse. And your ability as a entrepreneur, you have to be willing to just say, damn, I will take a pratfall in public, but let's just go make it happen and see if we do that. And then get yourself up and do it again.